on one second. I'm gonna record. Yep.
Okay. So the desire for praise is the desire to obtain as a sign that one is good, the favorable opinions of others. But because people merit praise only for those actions motivated by a desire to help others, it follows that one who aids others primarily out of a desire for praise does not deserve praise for that aid.
All right. So what's our conclusion?
I think it follows that one who aids others primarily out of a desire for praise does not deserve praise for that aid.
And what's our reasoning for that?
So the reasoning is that like if somebody wants to be like praised for like an action, but they want something like in return for it, then they don't deserve that praise.
Well, that's what our conclusion is assuming, right?
Yeah.
So we're saying that the desire for praise, they pretty much just give us a definition here, right? So the desire for praise is that you want a favorable opinion of others. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But then this next sentence says, but because we're introducing a premise, people merit praise. So if we merit praise, what does that mean? Or sorry, what is required if we merit praise or if we deserve praise?
If it's motivated by desire to help others.
Excellent. Motivated by the desire to help others. But then our conclusion says that the one who aids others primarily out of a desire for praise does not deserve merit for that praise. So if you primarily if you help others primarily out of the desire for praise, then you do not deserve praise. So I'm going to say do not merit praise, cross it off. So this is our conclusion right here.
Yep.
And we need to get there. So what would be something that we could say that would guarantee this conclusion that we do not deserve praise for helping people when our primarily effort is out of desire for that praise?
Something that would, I know it's something that would connect like merit praise, or sorry, not merit praise, like motivated for the desire to help others, and like one who aids primarily out of the desire for praise.
My prediction was like the only time you deserve praise is whenever the desire to help others is your primary motivation. So I'm not even looking at my diagram for that prediction, to be honest, but I'm just thinking like what would get me there? Like what would be strong enough for that?
Yeah.
Or if I was going to try to connect this, I would say that in order to, so if I don't deserve praise, I have to get from primarily out of desired praise. Yeah, I guess my prediction would be like, if in order to deserve praise, your primary reason has to be to primarily desire others or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with A and tell me love it, leave it, or hate it.
An action that is motivated by desire for favorable opinion of others cannot also be motivated by desire to praise. No, because that's it's saying the definition of a desire for praise.
So an action that is motivated by desire for the favorable opinion of others, okay, cannot also be motivated by a desire to help others. So if it is motivated, I'm going to call this one who aids others primarily to deserve, so I'm going to say primarily deserve praise.
Yeah.
Cannot be motivated to help others, right?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's a difficult one. I mean, I want to say it's true because I'm trying, but then I also don't want to like make assumptions about like I guess the conditional relationship.
Okay, so let's leave this one for a second
Yeah.
and go on to B.
So if it is motivated solely by desire to praise, not worthy of praise. I think it's like repeating like a jumble of words because I don't think it.
So this says if it's motivated solely by a desire of praise,
Yeah.
saying only by praise, then it's not worthy of praise.
Yeah.
But we don't know if this, that we're saying primarily, so this doesn't connect the right dots.
Yeah.
So we can cross this one off. All right, what about C?
That one it talks of people who are indifferent to the welfare of others do not deserve. I I don't think like there's any discussion of like somebody being indifferent to the welfare of
Yeah,
others.
do we know if they're indifferent or not in our example? Like,
No,
can they be primarily out of the desire for praise? Like,
but
if
also
even if we, yeah, couldn't, yeah,
they
even
could
if
also,
we
yeah.
could still care about others and still do it primarily because I want to be praised. Yeah, excellent. All
Mhm.
right, what about D?
One deserves praise for advancing one's own interest only if one also advances. That one, I think, I feel like they got that from like another stimulus. I think it might be just
Hmm,
relevant because it's like own interest only if one also advances the interest of like I don't think it's much.
yeah, we're not talking about, yeah, and that's saying like advancing one's own interest. Like, we're not even talking about advancing one's own interest. Yeah.
Yeah, it is the motives rather than the consequences of one's actions that determine. No, that's another like out of.
Excellent. So why does A work?
So my initial like I guess my initial fear was just making the mistake of like the reversal of the sufficient
Mhm.
assumption and the necessary, but it makes it right because it connects kind of like um it connects kind of the premise to like a part of the conclusion. That's
Yes.
kind of like my initial impression of it.
So what it says is that, so what this answer choice says is that if something is, sorry, I'm getting confused by what my writings are. What is PDP? An action is motivated by a desire for the favorable. Okay, so I think I called
Primarily out of
that
desire. Yeah.
primary desire praise.
Praise, yeah.
Then we cannot have motivated by desire of others, motivated desire of help others.
Yep.
And if we don't have that,
And we know
then
it's not.
we can't merit praise. And so that
Got it.
gets us to this conclusion right here.
Perfect. Yep.